Alright, so this is one of the animes that I actually wanted to cover in season one, but it was like 6, 7 episodes in, so I said I'll just wait till season two. And that series is actually called My Hero Academia. If you never heard of it, or if you like heard people talking about it or whatnot, definitely check out My Hero Academia. It's one of those good little anime shows that's growing in popularity, or is growing as of now, and it's a really cool show. It kind of reminds me of like Naruto in a sense, because it starts off with a kid who hasn't powers or quirks, because he's quirkless, so he doesn't have like a superpower. But definitely check out season one if you have not checked it out, and season two is actually about to start. I believe April 1st or whatnot. So season two is about to start, and a bunch of other animes, but that's a whole nother thing. But My Hero Academia, you should definitely check it out. It's a really good show, and I think this is the first episode of season two when I saw it, but I'm not actually sure. But either way, we're gonna, I guess, get into basically the episode that I've watched. And basically what this episode was is kind of like a flashback basically of season one, of everything that happened from Deku, or my Midoriya, whatever his name is. I think it's Midoriya, but we gonna call him Deku. And we see him, going through, telling his story of how he got, his power, growing of age, not having any quirks, which is powers. So he was basically quirkless, and everybody around him always had quirks to him. His best friend had a quirk to him, and his best friend made fun of him. He gave him the name Deku, actually, which meant to him, being, I guess, worthless, I think. But it kind of grew on him because he was quirkless, and now that he has a quirk which he got from All Might, which is, you could say, the Superman of the series. He kind of reminds me of Superman in the sense, because he's just big, buff, strong dude who's the #1 hero of the world. Looked at the All Might because he was this #1 hero. He loved his smile. He loved like all the good he was doing, and Deku wanted to be that type of hero, because he looked up to him. Impression of not being able to have quirk to be able to be a hero, which is what he wanted to be. And so we see that in this episode, and we see him going into him being that hero. Even though he didn't have a quirk, he rushed in and wanted to save his friend, I think Kachan or something like that. I think his name is Kachan. The bomb hand dude or whatever. He rushed in and wanted to save his friend with no freaking hesitation. He ran in. He said his legs ran for him and whatnot. He wanted to save his friend, and that inspired All Might, because as we see in All Might, he is basically, I could say, losing his power because of a fight he had in the past, kind of injured him, and he can only go in his super buff state at like every 3 hours, or 3 hours a day, or 1 hour or something like that. So he can't really stay in that form as long as he used to, because he got injured. And when he saw Deku rush in to save his friend, it inspired All Might to save, I guess you could say, use the power he had, because he's already been using it throughout the day, and it inspired him to save Deku's friend. And that made All Might give Deku that power, which was, I think it's called All for One. So he gave him that power. Deku has that power, and he had to train to get Deku's body ready for that, because that power is really powerful, and it can really harm your body if it's not, if your body's not up to that power. So that's what basically they did for that summer. And Deku gets into the UA Academy, which is the Hero Academy, and all that stuff like that. Him learning how to use his power without, I guess you could say, become a hero. But this school, UA Academy, is basically like a school to have heroes actually become pro heroes in a sense. So that's what we see in this episode. So basically see the past and everything like that. So definitely, if you have not checked out season one, definitely check it out. You'll definitely love it. My Hero Academia is a really good show. It kind of reminds, like I said, it reminds me of Naruto having, basically no power in a sense until, the Nine Tails or whatnot. Y'all know the Naruto story. But, Deku kind of reminds you of that character, or it can remind you of yourself, that, you don't have to have a quirk to be a hero or to save somebody or stuff like that. You can use what you have to, be that inspiration for another person. So My Hero Academia really talks to some of the people that that don't have that talent or don't have that ability like everybody else. But if you work hard and you keep doing what you're doing, you be able to reach your goal and stuff like that. So this show kind of reminds me of that. Don't ever give up on yourself. So I really do love My Hero Academia, and All Might. All Might is that dude right there is freaking bossy. Like if okay, so in this season, if you have in this season, I can't even talk. In this season, All Might goes up against this big buff rubber looking dude, and tell you right here, that fight was off the chain. It was so cool. It really gave you inspiration, because it was like All Might using every ounce of his power that he knows he's losing, and that is weakening him, and him not showing everybody his weakness, because nobody knows his weakness. Nobody knows like the little skinny version of him that's walking around and stuff like that. So it pushed him beyond that to fight this rubber dude, which was literally the rubber dude was basically for All Might. All the villains, which if you watched the season, all the villains wanted to go out and kill All Might, kill the number one hero. So they brought this big old buff dude, which is like rubber. He absorbs the attacks. So All Might, what he does, he puts every punch that he has beyond 100%, and literally just punches this dude off the stage, off the freaking wherever the area they at. Like that fight was crazy. And so he basically used every ounce of his power to do that, and stops the villains from taking over the school and harming the students. So I tell you right now, that fight was so bomb. I'll probably put a picture somewhere or whatnot. But that fight was so cool. I freaking love this show, and it's so cool. I would love this show to get so popular like Naruto and all the other big shows, because this show is really cool and is really inspirational to like people that don't have talent, or people that don't have that skill to be able to do what they want. It really goes to them that even though you don't have that quirk, you can still be able to achieve your goal and still be a hero, and still be able to play track or play football or basketball. As long as you work hard and you keep doing what you're doing, you'll be able to get that, to be able to have that talent to achieve your goals. So this show is really cool, and I really do enjoy it. So the next episode I'm thinking is the official start of season 2, which is UA tournament, which I'm guessing this tournament is putting all the students to fight each other in this tournament, and the student that wins have a higher chance to graduate and become a pro hero. So that is going to be happening in the next episode of My Hero Academia, which I believe. So, but I'll probably do a video anyway. So thank you all for watching this. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe button. Definitely check out My Hero Academia. You will enjoy it. And I'll see y'all next time. I think so. Subscribe, turn on notifications, follow my links in the description, and I'll see y'all in the next one. #PrimalPack, and peace.